Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel Learn by Expert. So, those who are watching this video for the first time, let me tell you, we are basically covering a session on tenses, and we have made a lot of videos on tenses. And the important topic which we are going to discuss today is conditionals. So, sometimes we consider this as a part of the tenses, or we can also consider it as a separate topic because although it has very few rules, but these are all golden rules, and trust me, it is very easy. So you just need to understand the concept and the rule. And in most of the exams, whether we talk about UPSC, SSC, IBPS, CTET, or RRB, or any exam you take it, or any competitive exams, it can also be like MBA exams or CAT, whichever exam you talk about, you generally tend to get one or two questions from this particular topic. So these are a kind of free marks. So just you just need to understand the concept, and you will easily score good marks. So there's no point of getting negative marking on these concepts. So I have a request: do watch this whole video because this concept is very well been discussed in this particular video, so you will easily understand what are conditionals, where do we use it, and what is the rule or the thumb rule to identify the error in the sentence. How will we identify it? Just by having a look at the sentence. So just in like 2 or 3 seconds you will be able to find the error, and in fact you will also be able to rectify the sentence. So that's the beauty of this concept. So let us start our session today. So moving on, so let me first tell you, so what are conditionals? So when I talk about conditionals, as you can see, the word itself states the definition. Conditionals involve condition. So what is condition? Condition refers to the action which uh, either has happened in the past or can happen in the future, or we are just imagining if this particular action happens, then the outcome will be this. So basically we are considering two clauses, we are considering two action. So first action is the condition, like if this particular thing has happened, or if this particular thing will happen in the future, the outcome will be the second sentence. So with this, at least you are able to understand with that conditionals have got two parts. So first, where we have the condition, second is the outcome. So we can also call it as a main clause. So in some of the text or books, you will find that we call it as a main clause, or we can also refer it to as the second clause, or the result, or the outcome. So whatever you are comfortable with, you can just call it that. So the majorly we use main clause for this conditional. So always remember, for conditionals we always start the sentence with if. Okay, we always start the sentence with if. So if itself states that this thing has not happened, but what if it has happened? What if it happens in the future? So what will be the outcome, or what could have been the outcome? So did you understand what is the conditional? Let me just give you an example. If you don't water plants, so do not go for the rules as if now. I just want you to I just want you to understand the concept clearly. So that's why I'm giving you this example. So if you don't water plants, they die. So this is a very simple sentence. So if you look at the sentence, I am talking about, this is the condition. The sentence is starting with if. So wherever you see if, rule number one, wherever you see if, so you just imagine that this is the conditional. You just refer it as a conditional, and it will automatically stick to your mind that yes, this is conditional. Now I know the rule, the thumb rule that we need to follow. Okay. So now this if states, if we don't water these plants, if we will not water these plants, what will happen? This thing will happen. They will probably die. Huh? So obviously they will die. So this is the outcome. Okay. So I will refer the first part as the first clause, and they die, this part will be referred as the main clause, or you call it as a second clause, or you call it as a result or the outcome, whichever you are comfortable with. So did you understand what are conditionals? So there are, guys, there are three golden rules for the conditional. Always remember, please keep a note of it or take a screenshot. So rule number one: with models we always use we always use verb first form, that is V1. Okay, so with models we always use verb first form. So what are models? I'll give you an example like can, could, may, might, shall, should, will, would. So these are all models. With these models, we use verb first form. Verb first form is always used. So just do ratta or do keep it in mind. Do not forget this. If you'll remember this, there is no chance of making any error. Okay. So with models, we always use verb first form. So I really hope you're aware about the verb first form. If you have not watched a video about the verbs on verbs, we have made a particular video based on verbs in which we have talked about the basic concepts and the things that we really need to take care while doing the errors regarding the verbs. We have discussed everything in that video, so do watch that video. But herein, let me tell you what is verb first form. So for example, if I take an example of verb first form, you can simply call it as a base form. So base form without s. Okay, for example, play, watch. So we will not write watched. We will not write watch. These will be incorrect. So it will always be watch. So it will never be played or plays. This is absolutely incorrect. So verb first form will be play, watch, run. It cannot be ran. Okay, it will always be run. I hope you're clear. Okay, so this was rule number one. Okay, rule number two, guys. There is no future. There is no future of conditionals. Now you must be wondering what am I talking about? Just in previous slide I said this is so important. We really need to do it. Always keep this thumb rule in mind. You will definitely get questions. And suddenly I'm talking like there's no future of conditional. So basically what I mean, we do not use future tense with conditional sentences. Yeah, with conditions. So what do I mean by conditions? A sentence which starts with if. The part of the sentence which has if, we do not use future tense. For example, if it will rain, so this particular thing will happen. This is incorrect. We cannot use will with if. So what we are going to write? We will write if it rains. Correct? Got it? So this is what I meant. That's why I always say, so it is easy to remember that there is no future of conditional. So you will never forget this now. It will always be there in your mind that we will not use future tense in the conditions. Okay. Third golden rule. With, has, have, or had. We will always use verb third form. ठीक है? Had eaten, or we can also write it down have watched, है ना? So these are verb third form. Clear? So please remember these golden rules. With modals, we will always use verb first form. With has, have, had, we will use verb third form. And there is no future of conditional. That means we will not use future tense with conditions. That means we have, if the sentence contains this particular if, we will not use will. Okay. I hope this is clear. Let's move on. So, guys, there are four types of conditionals that we are going to talk about, and you will definitely get a question based on these conditionals. If you look at the previous year questions, you will find a lot of error detection. Even, in fact, there will be closed tests based on conditionals. So, it will be very easy for you if you understand this concept. So, you really need to watch this video till end, otherwise you will not be able to get benefit out of it. Okay, all right, moving on to the first type of conditional sentence, that is zero conditional. So what does zero conditional means? So when do we use it, zero conditional? So zero conditional always expresses general truth. Okay, so I'll write it down here. It expresses general truths, or we can also say general situations. So what do we mean by that? I mean, are we talking about universal truth? No, we are not talking about universal truth here. We are just talking that there are some actions which are meant to be happen, or the outcome will always be same no matter what happens. I cannot change that outcome, you cannot change that outcome, no one can change that outcome. If the situation will occur, the outcome will always be same. Okay, so what I meant, so in which one thing always causes another. So there is no imagination. Okay, there is no fancy that we are talking about here. Remember the example which I took it in the last slide, that if you don't water plants, what will happen? They die. Now, if you see, if you divide the sentence in two parts, this is the first clause, which has if, and this is the main clause, which is the outcome, right? So, if you don't water plants, that means if this action doesn't happen, if you will not water plants, if you don't water plant, what will happen? The plants will die. Okay, so can you change the outcome? If you will not water plant, what will happen? You will not be able to change the outcome. They have to die. This is the truth. This is the fact. So we cannot change the fact. So this is what I was referring to, general truth or general situations. Okay. So when we are talking about general truth rather than a specific instance of something, so in that case we use zero conditional. So zero conditional are also known as present real situations. Okay. So what happened in these cases? We use simple present tense for both the clauses. So if you really want to remember this in your mind, for zero conditional, we use simple present tense for both the clauses. You can relate it to the present tense. Remember, we did it in the, I think, 2, 3 videos back. We did it in the simple present tense, that whenever we refer to the universal truth, we always use simple present tense. So probably with that thing, you can keep that in mind, and you can also remember this. So with zero conditional, which refers general truth or situations where no imagination, no fancy is like in your mind, or we are not talking about something, some other situations. So the outcome will always be same no matter what happens, because that is a fact. So in that case we use simple present tense for both the cases, both the clauses. Let me give you another example. Like if you look at the screen, it's written, if you don't eat for a long time. Okay, so this is the situation, this is the condition. Like if you don't eat for a long time, what will happen? What is the main clause? You become hungry. So this is very obvious. Obviously, you become hungry. You really need food to eat. Why? Because we have not eaten for a long time. So now you see, this is the outcome. One action happens. It because of that action, the outcome will always be this. It will not change because this is a fact. This is a general truth. Okay, so always remember, why do we use zero conditional? Where do we use zero conditional? For general truth and situations. Now, very simple thing we have already discussed. For the first clause we use simple present tense. For the second clause or main clause, up to you, whatever you want to name. So we will refer it as a second clause in this particular video. So for the second clause we will use simple present tense. Easy to remember. What is simple present tense? Normal subject, and with subject we will be writing v1 or v5. Okay, what is v1? If I take example play or plays, so this is v5 with s, without s is v1. Verb first form, verb fifth form. Same for the second clause. So this is the another example which I have mentioned here. If ice melts, it converts into water. Now what are you able to observe over here? Again, it refers to the fact, right? So obviously if ice melts, what will happen? It will get converted into the water, right? So that's what I have mentioned here. If ice melts, now look at the sentence, look at the first clause. Now, can you find it out which tense we have used over here? We have used simple present tense. Ice is the subject and melt is the verb fifth form. Correct? So, this sentence is absolutely correct. Now, let us see the second clause. It converts into water. It is the subject, verb, fifth form. This sentence, this clause is also correct. So, the sentence is if ice melts, it converts into water. Now, I hope you understood this concept very clearly, right? So, these are certain questions. So I want you to pause the video, solve it by yourself. So, you'll be able to analyze whether you have understood this concept easily or not. So, let us discuss this example. First example. If you go out in the rain, you will get wet. So, for the first three sentences are same, only the tense which is used is different. So, you have to identify which one is correct. So one of the following sentence is correct. Okay, I'm talking about these three sentences. So if you go out in rain, you will get wet. Again, the first clause is in present tense. Okay, so this you will do it in exam, like you will see there is if. Okay, great. Now with if you will identify this is the conditional sentence. Oh, we you can see the simple present tense in the first clause. Great. So you can easily remember there are only two things that you there are two types of conditional which has present tense in the first part, that is zero conditional and the first conditional. First conditional we'll discuss it in the coming slides. So here, so you will see this sentence represents the general truth. Okay, obviously if you'll go out in rain, this is very obvious, this is a fact that you will definitely get wet. Hmm? Okay, so this is in simple present tense. So main clause should also be in simple present tense. We just discussed it, right? So what will happen? You will get wet. Is it correct? It is not correct because of the usage of will. So we will not use future tense here. Okay. So you would get wet. Is it correct? It is absolutely incorrect. The usage of would makes it incorrect. You get wet. This is absolutely correct. Why? Because this is simple present tense. Because again, how did you identify it? It is representing simple fact. There is a simple present tense in the first part. So with this, you were able to identify the conditional. All right. Now let us have a look at the next sentence. If you mix green and yellow, you will get green. Think about it. So what do we have? Which tense do we have in the first part? We have simple present tense. So again, the sentence is representing a truth, fact. So you will get green. Which tense they have used here? We have used future tense. So this makes it incorrect. So what will be the correct formation of sentence? You get green. Why? Because we need to use simple present tense in the main clause also. Right? Clear? So I hope you understood this concept very clearly. Now moving on to the next type of conditional. So what we talked about present real, which represent general truth. That was zero conditional. Okay, I'm so sorry. There are certain more questions which I have included in the slide. Yes, so this is the previous year question, guys. Just see these questions, how easy these questions are now. Because why? Because you understood it. You understood the concept of the conditional. So if you put your hands in the fire, you would get burns. So here what I mean, if you put your hands in the fire, or this is very obvious, your hands will also your hands will get burned. So again, simple present tense, absolutely correct. So a main clause will also have simple present tense, so this makes it incorrect. The correct form will be you get burns. Clear? Now look at the next second part. If you eat lots of fruit, fresh fruits and vegetables, you would become healthier. Again, simple present tense sentence is starting with if. That means it's a conditional. We have used simple present tense in the first part. So second part should also have a simple present tense. Why? Because it is representing a fact. So you would become healthier is incorrect. The correct sentence will be you become healthier. Correct? So these are previous year SSC questions. All right. So moving on to the next type of conditional. Next we have first conditional, guys. First conditional. Okay. So when do we use first conditional? This also represents present, real. So what is the difference between zero and first conditional then? So when situation is real, when we talk about present or future, let me tell you, let me explain you in brief. So the first conditional sentence starting with if clause, it expresses situations in which result is not guaranteed. We are not sure whether the outcome will definitely happen in future or not. So some, if one particular situation happens, so we are not sure about uh, the outcome. For example, like look at this sentence. If you start reading newspaper, you will increase your fluency. Again, we are referring to the present scenario. Okay, we can also represent future, no problem. So if you start reading newspaper, if you start doing this action, you will increase your fluency. This is the example. So what is happening? I am not sure whether this outcome will happen or not. Why? Because it is not guaranteed that if you're reading newspaper, definitely your fluency is gonna increase. So this is not not the scenario. The case can be different also. Probably there can be other factors which affects your fluency. Herein we are not sure about it. So this is not the guaranteed outcome. In zero conditional, what was happening? We were sure about the outcome, right? That's why we use simple present tense in both the clauses. Herein, we are not sure about the outcome. Although this scenario is real, this is not fake. Okay, so we are referring to a situation which is absolutely real, but where outcome is not guaranteed. Let me write it down for you. Where outcome is not guaranteed, we use first conditional. So what is happening? We are talking about present scenario, we are talking about the future outcome, and situation is also real here. Understand? Okay. Uh, I'll give you some more example, but before that, let us see the whole slide. So what happened for the first conditional? We use simple present tense in the first clause. First clause represents a part with if. Okay, for the second clause, we use simple future tense. Simple future tense means there will be a usage of will or shall with verb first form. Remember, I told you in the first slide that with will or shall, you will always use verb first form. So, see how this is interrelated. Okay, simple present tense, you're already aware about the verb forms that we use. So, there is one more example. Okay, I'll give you an example so that you will get a clarity. Uh, Let me give an example. If you complete, just see this sentence very carefully. Listen to this sentence, okay? If you complete your assignment, you can, or you will play football. Okay, so look at the sentence. The first condition wala sentence says that if you complete your assignment, again this scenario is real. I'm referring to the condition which is real. There's no imagination over here. So if you complete your assignment, you will play football. So there is also a possibility you will not be able to play football. Why? It might rain, right? uh, you might get another plans to do it, right? So there is this outcome is not guaranteed, right? So you, although we are trying to fix the outcome, but it is not guaranteed. So that's why we have used future tense over here. You will play football. Okay, if I write down you can play football, that is also correct. So, with models, we always use verb first form. I have already told you. So, this is also correct. So, this basically depends, this formation depends on the mood of the sentence that you are saying. Okay. So, if this comes, this is also correct. So, now let us have a look at the another example. If I win the lottery, again, present tense in the first part, if I win the lottery, I will buy a Porsche, a luxurious car. So, what is happening? The scenario is correct here. Why I'm using this, since we're talking about first conditional, this scenario is correct. That means I have already purchased a lottery ticket and this lottery ticket is in my pocket. Okay, if this scenario happens, if this situation happens, I will buy a Porsche car, right? So this is not a general truth. This is the situation which might happen, might not happen, but the outcome which I have decided will be this. So for these kind of scenarios, again we use simple future tense for the outcome for the second clause. I really hope now you are able to understand. Okay, now let's have a previous year question. Let's have a look at the previous year question. This is also previous year question, guys. So I have taken examples from previous year questions. Why? So that you can also get easy idea the kind of questions that we get in our exam. So now let's see the first sentence. If the organization provides flexibility to women employees to work from home, so sentence is starting with if, so that means it's a conditional. So this is the condition. So if the organization provides the flexibility to women employees to work from home, so outcome is second clause is it would make them more comfortable, right? This is the second clause. So we have a simple present tense. As you can see the structure, we have a simple present tense in the first clause. So that means for the simple present tense, we only have two types of conditional. One is zero, one is first. For zero conditional, it refers the general truth. So this is not the general truth. For first conditional, we refer to one particular situation. If it happens, there is a probability the second situation might happen, might get happen. Okay. So the first situation says if the organization gives this flexibility to women employees to work from home, the second situation will happen. So it would make them more comfortable. Is it correct? We have seen the structure. For second clause, it should always be simple future tense. Here would is not used in simple future tense. Simple future tense, for simple future tense we will use it will. Okay, it will make them more comfortable. Yeah, now let's see the second sentence. If it rains cats and dogs, I would cancel the meeting. If it rains cats and dogs, this is the idiom. This has come in the exam. So cats and dogs means heavily. So we use this idiom for rain. So if it rains cats and dogs, that means if it rains heavily, So again, sentence with if, that means conditional. Simple present tense in the first part. Again, then we will be having, it is referring to a normal situation. So that means I would cancel the meeting. So we should use future tense, simple future tense over here. So what should I write? I will cancel the meeting is the correct form. Clear? Now, moving on to the next part. Okay, let me also give you one more example because suddenly it struck in my mind. If I say, if you drink milk, you will have stronger bones. So again, why am I giving you these examples, like more examples, so that you get a more clarity on this concept. So I want each one of you to have a very clear concept so that it does not cause any confusion in your mind. But still, if you have any doubts, like if you have certain questions or any questions which is bothering you, probably you might have find that question in your textbooks, you can definitely let us know. You can mention it in the comment box. We will certainly revert you back. We'll give you a revert on the same question. Okay, so let's see the question. So if you drink milk, that means again simple present tense in the first sentence. So there will be simple future tense in the second part. So you will have stronger bones. Again, so this sentence is it correct or incorrect? It is absolutely correct. Okay, so moving on to the next condition, guys. Let me erase that for you, otherwise it will not look nice. Okay. So we have covered zero conditional, we have covered first conditional. Now we have reached second conditional. So we are very clear with the fact zero and first refers to the present real situations. Huh? So sorry. So we talked about real situations. So this was very much clear. Okay. For this type of second conditional, so whenever we talk about second conditional, it refers to the hypothetical situation. So you must be wondering what is hypothetical. So hypothetical means if this happens, like if this is the situation, so what am I trying to say? If this situation happened, that would occur, right? But in reality, that action did not occur. Okay, so I don't want you to get confused. Like for example, let me give you an example. If I or else let's take this example. If I won the lottery, so this is the scenario, this is the condition. So if this particular thing had happened, you're imagining. So there is a fancy over here, or there is the imagination which is involved. So if it is the imagination, that means I have not purchased a lottery ticket. Okay, so that means it's an imagination that I wish if I had won the lottery, if I would have purchased the lottery ticket and I won the lottery, then this would have been the outcome. I would have done this. I would have buy a posh car. So now are you able to connect it? So whenever we are referring to the hypothetical situation, that means we are doing certain imagination. I wish this would have happened. I wish I would have done that. Huh? So that means that situation never happened in the past, but I am imagining that in my dreams that I wish this would have happened. So this is the when we are talking about the imagination, when we are talking about the any hypothetical situation, any fancy that we have in our mind, then we use second conditional. Okay, so what is hypothetical situation? I'm talking about hypothetical situation of past. Like if I were a billionaire, if I were the king, if I were a king, right? If I were a king, that means I've never been a king. Okay, so I cannot be a king. This cannot be true. Can never ever be true in my life, right? So in past, it was never a true thing which happened. So I am just here. This is my again imagination, right? So when we talk about the imagination, that means we are referring to past. We want we are wishing something to be completed in the past, which is our imagination. So for that, for the first clause, that means that part has if, so we use simple past tense. That means verb second form. So verb second form means it will be watched with ed, played. For run, the past verb second form will be ran. Okay. For the second clause, that means the outcome, we will use would. And this is the favorite part of the exam. The favorite questions that come from the conditional is majorly from this topic. So mark this like lot of stars because this is very very important. Okay. All right. Let's look at the example. If I were a bird, I would fly in the sky. Now, if I say if I were a bird, do you think again this is what? This is the imagination. This is a kind of fancy. So, for the fancy, for the imagination, what we are doing? We are referring to the past. So, the first sentence will always have simple past tense. And for the second part of the sentence, we will use would. Remember? I'll show you. See, would. So with would, I have told you in the first slide, with would we always use verb first form. Clear? So one thing I really want you to note it down. Please note this down. Okay. For the second conditional, please write this down because this is really important. This because in error detection we really get this kind of errors, these kind of errors. So were is always used instead of was. Okay, even guys, even with I, he, she, it. So if I say if I was, this is incorrect. Correct will be if I were. If I say if she was, then it will be incorrect. If you straight away say she was, we have used was with if, just I mean blindly mark this particular thing that this is the error. So the correct form will be if she were. I'm telling you guys, you oftenly get these kind of errors. These kind of errors are so common in exam. I told you this is the favorite part of the conditional, which from which particular part you get lot of questions, and this is like the favorite ones. If I were, if I was, so you will get if I was in the sentence, and the correct will be if I were. So see, this really I mean in just 1 second, even less than 1 second, you will be able to find out the answer. Correct? So if I were a bird, I would fly in the sky. Is this correct? Right? Simple past tense in the first part, would plus verb first form in the second part. So this is absolutely correct. Now again, next sentence. If I were you, I had bought that bungalow. If I were you, that means with this I meant if I were at your position, I had bought that bungalow. So this is absolutely correct. We have used were with I. This is referring to imagination, and this is again past. So with past, simple past tense, we will use would plus V1 form. So it will be I would bought that bungalow. Clear? Now let us see the next part. If I had lot of money, I will stay in five-star hotel. Again, past. Okay, I will stay in five-star hotel. So we will use I would stay in five-star hotel. So I really hope you are clear with this concept, right? So now let us move to the third conditional. So we have covered zero conditional, we have covered first conditional. For zero and first conditional, we were representing to the present real situation. When we talked about imagination, so we refer to the past tense in the if part, and that is the second conditional, right? So we have covered this till now. Now we will talk about the third conditional. So I know you must be getting confused. Do not get confused. I want you to go through this video again and again, because it is very simple, guys. It is very, very simple. Huh? So okay. So for the third conditional, guys, this is the last conditional. Okay. For the third conditional, this conditional sentence are used to explain that present present circumstances would be different. Okay, present circumstances would be different if something different had happened in the past. Okay, am I let me I don't want you to confuse, so let me just again show you one example. So what basically I meant, see guys, we talked about zero conditional, we talked about first conditional. Yeah, here it we used present tense. This is for the if clause. For the if clause we used present tense. Why? Because we were referring to some real situations. Clear? Now, so when you will see past tense in the if clause, again there are two conditional for that. First is second conditional and then third conditional. We have just covered second conditional. So where we talk about imagination or some sort of fancy, then also we use past tense in the first part. For the main clause, we use would. Clear? Now, up now what we are saying, that one particular action has happened in the past. This action has happened in the past. So I am just imagining, I wish I would have done something else instead of this action. So this is the first action which happened. I'm just imagining, I wish I would have done this particular action. Then the scenarios, the outcome would have changed. See, did you understand the difference between these two, second and third? Generally, what happens, students are not able to identify the difference between the second and third conditional. With this, you will easily able to see the difference. Herein, I'm imagining thing for the action which has never happened or which will never happen. Herein, for the third conditional, this first action has happened in the past. I am just imagining that I wish I have not done this action. Instead of this action, I could have used second action. So the scenario would have been changed. So the main clause, that is outcome, would have been changed. Right? Okay, so this has created a lot of mess on the screen. Let me erase it for you. So I hope now you understood the difference between the second conditional and the third conditional. For in both the cases we are using past tense, so that's why I particularly mentioned this. Okay. Hmm. So again, what I said, so we use this third conditional to explain that present circumstances would be different if something different had happened in the past, right? So in this scenario, for the first clause, that means with if, we use past perfect. For perfect, you will always use had with verb third form, like eaten, danced, ran. Okay. For the second clause, that is the outcome, you will use would have. Okay. For imagination, I was using would, but for the action, for the realistic action, I'm using would have. Okay, let us see the example. If I had won the lottery, I would have bought a Porsche. Now, did you see herein? That means I have purchased the lottery ticket in the past, but I couldn't win the lottery. So I'm just imagining. I wish the action should have been different. I wish I had won the lottery. Then the outcome is different. That means I would have bought a Porsche. है ना? So if this is the scenario is, I'm imagining I wish this particular action had happened, then I would have done this. So this is simple past tense. Herein we have used would plus have. Okay, would have verb third form. Why verb third form? Because with have you always use third form. Okay. Okay, so let us see the example. This question has come in the previous year exam of SSC. Okay, so let us see the first example. If Kajal had studied harder, she would not fail. Now, see again, sentence starts with if, that means it's a conditional. We are referring to the past tense in the if part. That means if Kajal had studied harder, I wish, that means if Kajal had worked harder, then the outcome would have been different. So the main clause will have would have. So the correct form will be she would not have. Now here it we are using verb third form. So it will be failed. Okay. Now, if I had known you were sick, I would visited you in the hospital. Again, past form, past tense in the first part of if. In the if yani, that means in the if clause sentence, we have used past perfect. So if you see past perfect in the first clause, very easy. Would have will be in the second part. Clear? So if you see simple past, main clause will be in. I'm giving you another way of remembering things. Will have would plus verb first form. If you use past perfect, second part will always have would plus have plus verb third form. Clear? So we covered zero conditional, we covered first conditional, we covered second, we covered third. So these are the main types of conditionals. I really hope you understood the concepts very clearly. I tried to explain you very in a very simple manner so that you could easily identify the difference. And it is important to understand the concept. Why do we use these conditional? Where do we use these conditional? So that you will never ever forget in your life. Okay, so this is not only about ratification and you have to just memorize things. This is about understanding things. So that's why I covered a lot of questions from the previous year exam so that you will able to identify the error, that how are we supposed to identify the error. That's why I tried to cover certain exam questions for each form of conditional. So from herein you can just imagine that the questions that we get from conditional are so easy. So it is very quick to identify the error in these kind of conditional sentences. So guys, if you like this video, if you understood the concept, and please, I request you to like, share and subscribe our channel. And if you have any doubts, any comment, anything that you would like to share, do let us know. We would love to hear your comments. We would love to hear your feedback also. All right, so keep watching this video and do subscribe so that you can get all the updates, and do not forget to press that notification bell, because it is important to get the updates. We'll keep posting a lot of updates about the examinations, and for the upcoming exam, we'll also do a lot of previous year question analysis also, so it will be easier for you. Rest, if you really want something else to be done, we can also make a video. So we got a lot of feedback also from the students, and we are trying and implementing those also. And we have got certain suggestions from the students, so we are working on all the suggestions. So thank you so much for your valuable suggestions and feedback. Thank you for watching this video.